Welcome back to the Truck Show podcast, recorded from the lovely pod shed here in Huntington Beach, California. And I'd like to welcome back to the pod shed my friend, Mike Rice.
Beautiful Huntington Beach.
That's right. So why are you back again?
Oh, to discuss truck options again.
Okay. So last time you were here, we were talking about mid-sized trucks and your Tacoma. And you may have seen in the driveway I got something.
I did see something in the driveway, but I'm not telling anyone yet.
No, not yet. And you were part of the Podshed Insider group that was trying to guess, and you were stirring the pot with like Honda Ridgeline and stuff like that.
Is it the Ridgeline? Which one's the truck?
Yeah.
I mean, don't you want the cooler in the bed?
I like having a bed where I can lift all my stuff up and take it out in order to get the spare tire. That's super cool.
Well, if you had a Ridgeline, your wife would be lifting all the packages in for you.
It's not that bad. It's a great vehicle, it's just not a truck. It's not a truck.
No, it's not a truck.
All right, so I've been talking about it on the podcast for a while now. I've been saying I need to get a truck. And so I'm going to lay out my use case and what you and I have talked about ad nauseum. And you've said, do this, do that. And you've had your advice, which I completely ignored on this one. Even though I'm not saying your advice was bad. It just, something fell into my lap and I couldn't walk away from it. So that's where we're at. So
I don't blame you, but we'll talk about that.
Okay. All right. That's fair. So the criteria was the 392 already has like 12,000 miles on it. I'm like, I'm burning up miles. Now, it's been to Utah twice. It drove home from Detroit, but I was tired of putting like stupid miles like grocery store runs and going to physical therapy or taking my daughter to school, which is literally an eighth of a mile from my house.
Right.
So like it wasn't even warm when it got home, and I'm like, man, that's just not good for the engine and stuff. And then I built it out with the American Venture Lab stuff, so it's really focused for overlanding.
It's not a daily driver.
It's not. It's totally comfortable for daily driver.
Yeah.
But I don't have space in the back with the drawers to like throw the groceries back there or softball gear for my kid.
And let's be honest, what do you want to put wear and tear on?
Well, exactly. I'd rather put it on a truck, right?
Exactly.
So the idea was I was going to lease a truck. I'm like, I'm just going to go lease a mid-sized truck. And I looked at my criteria. One is it has to be a decent daily driver. It has to tow at least, let's say, 5,500, 6,000 pounds because I've got some, vehicles that can be towed. And then I've got, family property where we've got all sorts of stuff up there that things are going to need to be towed, or if I need to bring up things to the ranch, things like that. I didn't have the right vehicle for that. Has to be four-wheel drive with the off-road package, not because I'm doing crazy off-roading, but because there's a 2-mile dirt road in winter when there's snow, it's muddy, it's rough, and maybe I want to do some light camping down a dirt road with the family or something that's more comfortable. We're not doing like crazy Moab, deep backcountry. We're just driving down
Forest Service road.
Yeah, exactly. So it has to be able to do that. It has to get way better fuel economy than the 392. So that's huge. So
that's not difficult.
No, and it has to have a dirty space. So the bed, right? It has to have a proper bed. So one of the problems is my wife goes on like girl trips with her mom and sister and Abby, and I take them to the airport. And we're literally like, do we have to start strapping stuff to the roof of her car? We needed a truck for all the stuff that they bring with them. So I need that. And then I also for like softball gear, the coach's wagon, all that to be able to put in the dirty spot and not have it on the inside where you get that baseball diamond dust everywhere. And
Can I interject?
Yes.
Just for a minute.
Yes.
On a pet peeve.
Yes.
I hate the people. Nobody needs a truck. Nobody needs a truck. It's like, once you've
until
had
you have a truck?
Yeah, until you have a truck.
You have no idea.
All the reasons you mentioned is exactly why trucks are absolutely fantastic.
And I've been a fan of pickups when I was at four-wheeler because I always had a Wrangler. I almost never took the SUV of the year as my loaner to drive because we would always get a year loan on the SUV and on the pickup truck of the year winners. So I always took the truck. So I've driven every truck, and so I have a really good idea, and there's some stuff I really like out there. There's some stuff that's a lot better out there. There's some stuff that appeals to me out there, and I could have gone a couple different ways, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but I missed having a truck, and I've had a few loaners. The Gladiator, for one, is out there, and that's been great. I've been doing some stuff with Mopar, and I really like the Gladiator, and I'll talk about where the Gladiator stacks up in my world. And so I need to have off-road capability. I need to have something comfortable for the family. I need to have just enough technology, but I need something that still doesn't force you into, like, I don't need leather seats. I don't need a panoramic sunroof. I don't need a surround view camera. And so certain manufacturers, if you want
Toyota,
the better screen, the better radio, the better whatever, you have to start doing all these other things that are combined with it, and it
$9,000
or more. Like it prices the truck. It's like an incredible amount of money to get like 2 or 3 features. And then my sort of non-negotiables, like one of them is it has to have HomeLink. It bothers me to no end when you buy a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 car and it doesn't have HomeLink on that package. And you're like, dude, like, come on. HomeLink should just be standard.
I never do HomeLink.
Yeah, but you don't park in your garage.
I don't, but you know why I don't use HomeLink?
Why?
Because if my truck is parked in front of my house and someone breaks the window and hits the button, they now have access to my garage.
Yeah, but it's off the ignition.
Is it keyed?
Yeah, it's keyed.
I didn't think it was keyed.
Mm-hmm. And in fact, the reason I'll share something with you guys. The Wrangler JL has HomeLink because of me. So in my JK, I wanted HomeLink, and the interior of the JK was black on all the plastic. So I bought a black Ford Expedition interior HomeLink, and I wired it to the cigarette lighter because the cigarette lighter was keyed. Put HomeLink in my JK, and had it on the A-pillar. One of the executives of Jeep goes, "Hey, how'd you get that in there?" And I said, "Well, you guys don't offer it." "Yeah, we don't offer it for the same reason, because if the top is off, you get into it."
Yeah.
But I'm like, "It's keyed." He's like, "What?" Then they put it on the JL.
Interesting.
So I have to have HomeLink. That's like one of those little stupid bougie things. I'm like, I have to have HomeLink, you know?
In my garage cars, I love the HomeLink. The Grand Cherokee had it, and it was great.
Yeah.
The Volkswagen, I got to dig around for the fob.
The fob,
it is.
yeah. And the Volkswagen's a nice GTI. How does that not have HomeLink?
That's what I'm saying.
That was a $40-something, $50,000 car, wasn't it?
It has everything.
But HomeLink.
Heated, air-conditioned seats, like literally everything.
Yeah.
No HomeLink.
See, that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. And so there's certain non-negotiables. I'm like, it has to have these things. And so that was sort of the premise of this. And if you've been following along my socials, I've sort of teased on Truck Show Podcast, but I haven't teased on my socials the truck yet. And my wife's lease ended on her Mazda CX-70 hybrid, which she hated. The car itself was nice, but the suspension was not dialed in, and the hybrid system was absolute trash. Like, it was so terrible. It was jerky and not fun to drive. It was a 2.5 normally aspirated Ford, not a turbo. So when you lost the battery, all of a sudden this big rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive car, rear-wheel drive base, became a very slow, loud, coarse machine. So we had ordered a Jeep Cherokee, the new 1.6 turbo hybrid, and she loves it. It's so much more solid than the Mazda. It has Chrysler's awesome Uconnect, which I've always been a fan of. Driving dynamics are phenomenal on it. And so far, she loves it. It's about, I think, 220 horsepower, 225, something like that, with the 1.6 Turbo 4 and the hybrid system. And it just dynamically, quality, the fit and finish, the way it rides, the stiffness of the chassis is actually all better than the Mazda. And it's the part of that is because it was built on the Stella Large platform, same as the Charger, because originally it was going to be electric, and then they said, "Oh no, we need to have it be hybrid." So it weighs 300 pounds more than like a CRV. So it feels like a more substantial car, and because it's on the Stella Large platform, it's really wide. So even though it's not that big, if you park it next to a CRV, it's like, oh, it's not that much bigger. The interior space is because it's on a wide platform,
Gotcha.
and it just has a lot of room. So anyway, she got that, and so I kind of floated the idea of like, okay, you got your car. I'm still thinking about this truck, and then that gets into where we're going to go next. But first, we have to thank our sponsors. So the Truck Show Podcast is proudly brought to you in partnership with AMSOIL, the maker of the best synthetics and the same ones we use in our rigs. And, of course, AMSOIL is more than synthetic oil. In fact, you saw the AMSOIL table in the corner of the pod shed with, like, every possible AMSOIL product sitting on it.
It's and like a little Lego-looking truck.
Oh, yeah, that's the UTV Blocks kit from Christmas. And, by the way, I hear that promotion is going to be coming back at some point. But you didn't hear it from me. So, anyway, AMSOIL makes everything. Lubricants, greases, additives, filters, car care products, and, of course, merch. AMSOIL's current promotion is actually a really cool magnetic level. So you spend $100 or more by $728 and use the code LEVEL726 at checkout, and you will get that for free. We use AMSOIL products to protect our rigs, and you can do the same by heading to truckshowpodcast.com and using our special link under the featured product section, or, of course, you can go to AMSOIL.com. But if you go directly there, we don't get credit. So please go to truckshowpodcast.com and use our link. If you want to treat yourself to the latest in adventure and upgrades for your vehicle, go to OVRmag.com and use the code @TruckShowPodcast for a discount on print or 1-year access to our digital library for free. Please help me to keep the Truck Show Podcast free by supporting our sponsors or leaving reviews on Apple or Spotify. And don't forget to check TruckShowPodcast.com for the latest deals.
The Truck Show. We're going to show you what we know. We're going to answer what the truck 'cause truck rhymes with the truck show. We have the lifted, we have the lowered, and everything in between. We'll talk about trucks that run on diesel, electricity, and on gasoline. The truck show, the truck show, the truck show. Oh, oh.
It's the Truck Show with your host, Holman.
And Mike Rice.
Do we get a drink on this podcast, or was that just mine?
Oh, yeah. Did I forget to give you a drink?
Yes.
I mean, we have whiskey over there. I don't know if the glasses are clean or not.
Yeah, nothing's killed me so far, so.
All right, so I have you here because you've been instrumental in this journey of me bouncing ideas and saying, "Hey, what about this?" So I think we need to talk.
You bounce ideas, I bounce my head off the floor.
Yeah, because you're like, stop texting me at 10 o'clock at night. All right, well, I think it's time to talk trucks.
Some people want to go off-road, so they better have that four-wheel mode. Others need to carry a load, or something else that's got to be towed. We don't care if you drive a Heat. We don't care if it's a brand new Jeep. We put the G in the GMC. Aw, shucks. Let's talk trucks.
Let's talk trucks.
This was written by our friend Alan, who is like full-on platinum music producer.
That's some mighty fine banjo
I
twanging he's
love
got
it.
going on
Dude,
right there.
that's one of my. I've been waiting to use that, and I'm like,
That's perfect.
In fact, it was Lightning gave me the file, and it wasn't. It was like corrupted, so only half of it. So I actually, before this episode, I'm like, Jay, you got to send me that. I have to use it with Mike. So anyway, let's talk.
Let's talk trucks.
Let's talk trucks. All right. So
What's first?
I don't know. I guess I'm thinking like.
What was your second choice?
Okay, so I'm not going to go into choice. Let's back into it this way. Let's go. What was my budget-ish?
Okay.
So I was thinking like mid-50s.
Right.
Because with 5% down, that gives me, with the lease deals, a lease of under $500 a month.
Okay.
Okay, so like that's kind of
yeah. That's kind of where we were.
That's sort of like the what I was looking for. So
which puts you into stripper truck, like half-ton stripper truck, and
half-ton stripper or
midsize.
decent midsize. So I thought let's go through the midsize trucks. And so the number one from the midsize trucks, and then I've got them up here on the screen right now. And so we'll go to Jeep first because I've had the Gladiator. I really, really like driving the Gladiator. I like solid axles. I like all that stuff. But of course, it still has some of the Jeepy compromises and things like that, right? But about 6 months ago, the Gladiator had like smoking lease deals on like Mojaves and Rubicons.
Yeah.
Where it was around like for I don't know, it was like a 27 or 36 month lease. It was high 3s, low 4s.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
The golden lease standard is like a 1% lease. So like 1% of MSRP, you're doing pretty good.
You're doing pretty good.
And that's like below 1% of MSRP.
So I was looking, and the leases for a Mojave and a Rubicon are now in the low 500s. And they were in the low 400s. So I talked to some friends, and it sounds like they removed lease support from Gladiator and moved it across the entire lineup for both the purchase side for APR and for lease. So then it wasn't as good of a deal. And that wasn't for the X. Like if you move up to a Mojave X or a Rubicon X, which are both 61,210, gives you the painted fenders, painted tops, and steel bumpers, you're at $600 a month, $588, $600 a month. And that's for one's a 24-month lease, one's a 36-month
Not
lease.
inexpensive.
Not inexpensive.
But
not crazy, but then it's like...
It's the last mid-sized truck with a solid axle.
It's the last mid-sized truck with a solid axle. And I was thinking I would go Mojave because I'm like, I don't need... And I was going to do a non-X because the idea was I don't need the steel bumpers. I don't need a winch. I just want a rear locker. Like, I got to have a rear locker. I want a decent tire. I want skid plates. I want an off-road package because I at least need the off-road package. And so I was looking at it, and I'm like, I don't need to step up to an X. I can get by on a Mojave. But then when you take the Mojave, which I think it comes standard with a soft top, and then you have to add the hard top, and then you start adding options to it. And now
that hard top's like $1,500, $1,800
let's
option,
pull it up.
isn't it?
Yeah, let's pull it up right now. So body colored flares, which I like because especially on a lease vehicle, they look better at the end of the lease return. is $495. And if I go to the hardtop, you cannot get the black, only the body colored, and it's $18.95.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So
That's pretty much spot on.
Yeah, so now you're starting to get into it. If you wanted the, some of the other packages, like the bed, I have to have a bed because I was thinking about leasing, right? I have to have a spray in bed because I'm not going to use the bed and then return it all jacked up. That's another $555. And then if you wanted the premium Alpine upgrade, and anyway, the point is you could
Does it come with Home Link?
It does.
Oh,
it does.
There you go.
The problem is that you could get it up, once you do the convenience group and the technology group and then active safety, which is blind spot and things like that. Now you're up to like 57 or so. And
oh yeah. I mean, and that's real money. And for the Gladiator is, as much as I like the Gladiator for what it is, I don't like it for what it isn't.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you start getting up to like that, almost $60,000 mark, it gets a little eye-watering.
Yeah, I mean, I think anything at 60,000 is eye-watering. I think anything, like I have a hard time. That I remember when my old limit was like 50.
Yeah,
and
we're
like,
old men now, though.
Well, yeah, true. And then but
you own that already from basically the B pillar forward. So
yeah, well, that's the thing is,
but with much more power,
with a better drivetrain.
So you would drive it and you would hate yourself because it's slow.
Yeah, and thank you to Uncle State Farm, who was very, very good. I was able to buy the new Jeep outright, and so I don't have a payment. So that's the whole point of this.
Right.
And if you guys remember, I had the Nissan EV, and the Nissan EV was great. It was my great extra car, and the only thing I was wishing was like, I wish I had more range, and I wish it was a truck because I could take it up to the ranch and not put these miles on the Wrangler. And so I had that. I was making the payments on the old 392, and it was almost paid off. And then I had the lease payment on the Aria. So those two together was like my limit. Like what those two were, I wanted to be under that for this truck.
You're applying girl math.
I know. I'm sorry.
So
I know.
Yeah. So you're however you want to justify it.
All right. So that was Gladiator. So I looked at that and I was like, man, the lease support is like $600 a month, and the estimated, the way I'd want it optioned is like really close to 60, and and of course that's just kind of a blanket statement. There's different. You can change your down payment, you can change your term, but the thing with leases that you have to know is like if you have a business like mine where you can run it through the business, take the write off. It's a little bit different than a consumer doing it. And the other thing is you have to remember whatever you see as the monthly payment, whatever you put down as your down, is part of that monthly payment. You have to figure out what that monthly payment is with your down, because people go, oh, I put $20,000 down, but it's only $8 a month. And you're going, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
And people get into trouble doing that. So lease doesn't work for everybody. But I wanted something like, oh, I'm just going to have it for a little while, and if I don't like it, it's gone and all that. So that was that. So then you said, well, why don't you look at Toyota? And I'm like, okay. So I did.
You immediately dismissed me.
I did. But no.
Your truck sucks. I don't like the Tacoma.
No.
Let's move on.
That's not what I said. And I actually did look at it. I was like, all right, I know what you did. You were what, like mid 40s on yours as SR5.
Yes.
And you got a decent deal on it.
Yep.
And you got a non-hybrid turbo,
correct,
which is the way to get it. The problem is when you get up to the upper trim levels, they force you into the hybrid, and I didn't want a hybrid.
Yeah, they have like one package where if you want to add, I can't remember what it is, but it's a package that's like $8,000. It's so ridiculous. It's like puddle lights. It's all sorts of crazy stuff.
All right, so let's play with this for a second. So we're on the Tacoma build and price tool, right? And I think that
your TRD off-road.
I'm a TRD off-road
Your
guy.
TRD off-road because you want the locker and you want the off-road package.
Yep. So I think TRD Sport's a little bit back, and the TRD off-road iForce Max, I didn't want the hybrid.
Correct.
So I think the TRD off-road is one of the higher trim levels you can get without the hybrid.
But let's go through and build it out, and let's find that $8,000 package.
All right. So this is a double cab, short bed, 5-foot bed. That's how we would do it. All right. And so if we build this out, the TRD off-road package, non-hybrid, starts at $44,460, which isn't bad.
No, not at all.
That's really great, but that's without any options, and it has like ugly wheels. So that's with the manual. So
you want the automatic?
The
8-speed is so good. Listen, my JK's a manual. I love it.
Yeah,
it's way better than the 5-speed that was in the JK. But with the new 8 speeds,
how about this? I'm going to choose the 6-speed manual because it saves $1,100, and this puts something in the favor of
I don't think
Tacoma.
you do. I think because what you purchased may or may not be an automatic, so you have to default it.
Well, yeah.
But you're probably lose towing capacity if you don't go for the automatic.
All right, fine. We'll do the automatic. So now up to $45,500.
Oh, there's
Here's
that package.
$9,220, and so this gives you 18-inch alloy wheels, the Softex seats, heated, ventilated, JBL premium audio with the flex speaker that pops out of the dash, dual zone climate control, pedestrian protection, digital key capability. You get the inverter, which is a huge deal. I actually use the inverter. Wireless charging, 14-inch display. I mean, it sounds like things that you would want.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
It also gives you breakfast, a cigarette, and cab fare.
It doesn't. You have to go all the way up to the TRD Pro, and that thing's like $70,000. All right, so let's look at the TRD off-road package with $4,840. So this is fabric trim seats with heated 8-way power adjustable front seats, leather trim seats, premium audio with the speaker also, front and rear parking assist. See, this sounds like the package that I would get. Is the off-road TRD off-road upgrade package. It just sounds like it's nicer, and it's $4,800. I don't know that I would do the premium package. It seems like a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
All right, so that's at $5,400. So if I added, I would definitely want the bigger display, because if you're going to buy a new truck, you might as well get the display, even though I hate the way that thing pops out of the dash like a giant iPad.
But you do you.
I'm going to do me. All right, so we're at $51,120. Moonroof I can skip. Stabilizer disconnect mechanism. That must be the sway bar.
Yeah.
I don't need that because this is going to be
You don't
the
need
mild
it.
off-roading truck. So I'll skip that. Towing $850.
Yep.
I definitely need that on that truck. From that, it forces you into
you have to
off-road premium.
Yeah, there you go.
So that takes off off-road upgrade, and you're forcing the premium package, which is another.
So drum roll. Let's see the MSRP. Let's see what
right.
it is now.
All right, so the new price $55,630.
Yeah.
And that's no moonroof. That's no electronic sway
Not
bar
even
disconnect.
heated seats.
No, that does have heated seats because it forces you into the premium package.
It bumps you, so
Yeah.
you do get it.
Yeah, and so then
Then
there's
and you want to add all the stuff. You're heading towards 60.
right. So if I look at
You're gonna want mud flaps because the paint's soft and it'll get covered in rock chips. So you got to make sure you get that. Lower liners.
I mean, we're just looking.
Yeah.
So to your point,
You're creeping on 60K.
yeah. The fortunately has the SMC bed, so it doesn't have a spray in, but additional skid plates and all that. Okay. Let's say the JT was like pretty close to 60. It was like what 58?
57,
Yeah.
58.
So the Toyota 55.6.
Plus some more options. You're right in there with the JT.
Yeah, right in
Yeah.
there. Okay, so then I'm like, well, everybody's listening. They go, Holman, what about the Nissan? You've talked about the Nissan, and I love the Frontier.
I do love the Frontier.
And so that was absolutely a vehicle on my list. So I went through, and I actually was kind of curious about the Roush package, because that's really the one to get, even though I probably don't need the Roush package, but I love it. So anyway, we'll do a standard Frontier. So a Frontier Pro 4X short bed starts at $41,800. And then to that, there's definitely some stuff. It's got red alert, so we got to make it red, of course. Or they used to have Cardinal Red, which is similar to the candy red, but they don't offer it anymore, unfortunately, it's totally a shame. So the convenience package has the bed stuff, and then you get the Pro Premium package. So let's see, convenience is $1,640. Pro Premium is another $3,000. You definitely want that. So now you're up to $48,335, which is a pretty good deal in the midsize truck market.
But the minute it's instant appreciation. That's the problem with the Nissan, as much as I love it.
The new ones have been holding up okay. Have you looked at them? And they're number 3, I think, selling midsize truck right now.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
The other thing about it is the Pro 4Xs are the ones to have. I think the rest of the line depreciates more. But because they don't make as many of these in the secondary market, people who are cross-shopping at Tacoma and can't afford it realize that this is a hell of a good truck for less money.
The other thing I think is there's a large section of guys that basically it's like, everything is just so problematic. The technology, the screens, like the hybrids, they're all so problematic. And Nissan's just like, you want a basic, reliable truck? We got you.
100%. 3.8-liter V6.
Indestructible V6.
With a great 9-speed automatic that was built for the Titan, so the trans is overbuilt.
Yeah.
And these things just go and go and go. So
I'm pulling for Nissan. I'm a fan.
So that was one of the things where I was like, okay, yeah, I under 50, this makes sense. And I want to say the Nissan Frontier towing is somewhere around 7,000 pounds or so with the Pro 4X package. And I've towed, I think, 6 with it, and it's surprisingly decent for that much weight. But again, mid-sized truck. Okay.
Right.
So this was like the closest. And I was really like, this was definitely on the list. So then I thought, okay, so I've gone
But
through
they also have terrible lease programs.
the lease programs were not great. So then I was looking at buying, right?
Yeah.
So then I was looking at, okay, what could I get in a full-size truck? Just out of, giggles.
Three-quarter ton.
Dude, too much truck, too much money.
Three-quarter ton.
No. So a basic tradesman, 3/4 ton.
55 grand. With vinyl seats and vinyl floors.
And well, the tradesman interior, which does have stitched dash, doesn't
Yeah.
look nice. It's all hard plastic. It has the bench in the front. A great work truck.
Yeah, absolutely. Work truck.
But yeah, okay. So Ram 2500. Okay, starting's 46 for a 2-wheel drive. It's just too much truck. It's not fuel efficient enough. I already have a gas guzzler. I don't need that much capability. And if I were to get a crew cab 6.4 box 4x4, that starts at 53.4 with no options. The real thing is to get like a Black Express, and the Black Express is like a bighorn that's been gussied up. I rented one of those in Colorado last summer, and it was awesome. That was my airport truck, and I was at Hertz, and I looked around, and it was all crappy Subarus and like Jeep, Compass, Trailhawk, and I'm like,
what
man.
you typically find on the rental lot.
Then I looked around, and there was 4 Rams parked together, and it was in the section that I could choose because I get the President's deal. Brand new, like 1,000 miles on it.
Ooh.
And it was a 6.4 Hemi Black Express, and we drove that thing everywhere. So I priced that thing out, and we'll do it again right here. It was white, but of course we'll do some cool red color here.
Is that Delmonico? Is that still a color?
Delmonico is, but only on the higher trims. I think this is molten red, which I am in love with molten red.
Molten's good.
Molten red is like the Mazda tint coat you see on the Miatas or on the CX-5s, or Chevy has a version on the ZR2.
One of my favorite colors.
In the sun, there's nothing better. Like
also on the Honda Ridgeline?
No. Well, maybe. No, Odyssey. Honda Odyssey, you could get it. All right, so I'd have to get clearance lamps because I just would have to.
Because you love your roof leaks.
Because I love my roof leaks. Yep. And then let's see, if I went up to the 12-inch display, which is how my rental had it, the rubber floor mats I would definitely do. Got to go aux switches if they're available.
Yep.
And then you start getting into like the bed convenience group, so spray and bed liner or utility group.
Safety group. You got to have safety group.
$29.95.
Yeah,
So right there with the 6.4 Hemi, without a lot of options, just some stuff to make it nice, we're at $65.
Yeah, but Ram always throws money on the hood.
That is true. So
but let me tell you, at Manx, my tow rig is a 6.4 3500.
It's a great truck.
It's a great truck.
Very underrated.
She is thirsty.
No, they're definitely thirsty.
It doesn't pass anything under load, and it doesn't pass gas stations.
All right, so we did your thing. Look at the HD. It's a little bit out of budget. So then I was looking at, check this out. They had these deals on the Bighorn. So the 26 Bighorn, it had to be a 4x4, and it had to be a crew cab 5.7. So when I was looking to purchase, the leases were like $380, like crazy lease deals.
Please take our truck.
So I was like, I have to go at least look at that. So we go and we buy Denise's Cherokee, and we're at Jackson's lot, and I said, hey, there's a Bighorn. He had one exactly how I wanted it, red, but it was a Pentastar. And the price was awesome. And I'm like, man, if this was not a Pentastar, I'd probably be all over it. And so, but it got me looking at these Bighorns, and you could option a Bighorn for low 60s.
Yeah.
But with the deals that were going on for the summer sale, they were like $10K off MSRP.
Yeah.
And so I was like, now you're in mid-size truck territory. And now when I optioned
Which
one
sucks for everyone who makes a mid-size
yeah,
truck.
right? Like I would imagine mid-size truck started going down. So just for fun, I said, okay, like what would that look like? So there's a few options I want to do. The first option being I have to have the 12-inch screen. Like that's a minimum. It's not that expensive. I wanted the 9-speaker Alpine subwoofer as well.
Right.
And then there's a couple groups. One is the trailer brake controller you can buy alone because they used to force you into surround view only if you got the tow package, but the tow package only had like lines on the screen for aligning your hitch. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend any of that stuff. The towing package gives you those stupid elephant mirrors, and I hate them on the Ram. The old mirrors that flipped up from the side were
those were
awesome.
great.
The new ones are terrible. Like, absolutely
Yeah, they don't look good.
terrible. So trailer brake package by itself, night edition, because it blacks everything out and looks like
That's the way to do it.
100% better.
Yeah.
And then the bighorn level, I think it was a level 1 I was looking at. And then there's the protection group, because that's the skid plates. Bed utility group, because that's the spray in. And all of a sudden you start going down the list, and you're going, oh, okay, well, this is starting to get a little bit pricey. And I wanted the off-road group, which adds a 1-inch lift. It adds the rear locker. It adds the protection. And then that gets it around. So basically it's like around 50, 51 with the deals that they had going.
So the sticker's like, low 60s.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll tell you right now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Brings you up to, I think MSRP was like 61. Or I could swap out for the backcountry package, which is like a Warlock, but based on a Bighorn instead of a Tradesman.
Yeah.
So it looks way better, 1-inch lift, better tire size and all that, but it forces you into a two-tone, and I didn't love the two-tone look. The MSRP with the backcountry was like 1,000 more. I want to say it was like 62.5. But
did you get a locker?
But yeah, and it gets you a
You do get
locker,
a locker?
but it doesn't
Okay.
give you Bilsteins. It only gives you quote unquote heavy duty shocks, which
Gotcha.
is silly. You get tow hooks because otherwise you can't get tow hooks unless you get the
Right.
the off road package. So I looked. Do you know how many Bighorn off road packages there are in Southern California?
Bighorn off-road packages? Probably almost none.
0.
Yeah, okay. So
Nobody orders them that way because they want to force you up into
Yeah.
something else like a Rebel. And then, so I was like, all right, I'm looking for a Bighorn. I'm like, maybe that's the way to go. Can't find it. So then it's like, all right, well then do I look at a Rebel, for example, which now has a much better off-road package because it's locker, it's Bilstein, it's skid plates, it's tow hooks off the bat, right? You're not adding it. But the Rebel starts at 65, but the Rebel includes the Hurricane standard, where that Bighorn I had to pay up for the Hurricane.
Right.
And why not the V8? Because the V8 is more expensive than the Hurricane. It's slower, less power, less fuel efficient. The only thing you get from the Hemi is it sounds way better, but the reality is I already have a Hemi in the garage. So I have a rowdy car. I didn't need a rowdy truck also. That was my thought process.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but BMW, when I worked for BMW, they cut their teeth on the twin turbo fuel injected thing.
Yeah.
And so I saw the pitfalls of turbo direct injection motors,
Yeah.
which is kind of an industry problem. And if you would have proposed this question to me, 5.7 Hemi over the Hurricane in 2023, it would have been 5.7 Hemi all day long.
Yeah.
But the last couple of years, that motor hasn't really had any issues.
It hasn't, and it is all the Rams right now have a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
No kidding.
Just standard.
I didn't know that.
So for me, it's like, okay.
That's a no-brainer.
So I couldn't find the Ram I thought I wanted, so I moved on. So I went and I looked at the Chevy stuff, and I don't like that the base engine is the 2.7 4-cylinder that's in the Colorado.
That's horrible. I'll say I'll never buy anything from GM.
You've had your share of GM experiences over the years?
Yeah.
So-
But the 4-cylinder in the full size, it's just like, come on, guys.
So I looked at the Colorado. I don't love the 4-cylinder in it because once you weigh it down with things, it's got turbo lag and it's got throttle latency, especially when you put a bigger tire on it. But I'm like, I got to do my due diligence. I do like the Colorado.
It's a nice truck.
It's a nice truck.
It's a nice truck.
But I can't afford the AEV, and it's out of my price range. That's around $69,000 as well. So I was looking at a 4-wheel drive and then like a Z71 or Trail Boss. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just see what a Z71 is, but I'm not going to go full ZR2. And so going to a Z71, you're at 45, and you can get the radiant red tint coat,
Which is a fantastic color.
Love that
That's
color.
almost a reason enough to buy it.
But I don't like the face as much as I like the ZR2. So
Yeah.
then I looked at the GMCs as well, but just for the exercise of going through like what you get for your money here. So this is again Colorado Z71 4-wheel drive. Love the interior, cloth seats, and you can get this sort of like cloth with like red stitching and red accents, which I think looks super great. The interiors have come a long way. GM interiors never used to last. So like you get 50,000 miles and the door panels were pulling off when you shut the door.
Interior by Fisher Price.
Yeah, I mean
That was always the joke.
they just weren't super nice. So then I started like playing around and adding some options. And so like if you wanted the skid plate package, on their off-road package, you have to add the skid plate. $11.95 for skid plates. Technology package.
That's aftermarket territory right there.
$14.50. And then if you wanted driver memory, rear center armrest, that's $970, and then the utility wall, like Molly's in the bed. I wouldn't do any of that stuff though. But that gets the Z71 at $50. So you're kind of between the Frontier and like where the Tacoma would be. It's like in this sweet middle ground. But then I just wondered, wow, turbo 4-cylinder, and is it enough truck?
Isn't it crazy though that like GM used to be known for bulletproof powertrains. Now they can't make a powertrain, but their interiors don't fall apart. It's backwards world.
We're a bizarro world. So I looked at that, and then I looked at the Silverado, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm already back in 50 grand territory. And to be honest, the Silverado deals were decent-ish. So if I got a crew cab short bed, and I did that in like a LT Trail Boss is what they have, which actually is a great looking truck.
It is.
I also knew the new ones are coming out this year, and I could probably get a deal on an older one, but they only offered in 4 colors, and none of them are red. So that was kind of like, do I want to settle?
You have a type.
I know what I like. So then I played with, I wanted bucket seats, even though I love the idea of benches for me. And then to get the V8, I wanted to stay away from the 3-liter Duramax. I don't want any diesel in my world. The Ecotec V8, $1,795. I could have got a 6.2, but again, I already have a big V8. I didn't need another one.
Big thirsty V8.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to get another one. And now, with a couple of options, I'm up at 58.
Yeah.
So now, and that's before I've gotten into some of the convenience, like the protection package for the bed is $685.
You're going to spend 55 to 60 grand to get anything halfway decent, whether it's like a decontented full size or a kind of a loaded up mid size.
Like their convenience package is another $1,000. You've got the, if I want to do the dark appearance package, for example. And so when I started going through, I'm like, okay, now I'm up around, 61, 62, 63, depending on how I have it optioned. And then, it's like power sliding rear window. You got to get the premium package and rear wheelhouse liners and all that. So
it's like, when do you stop?
When do you stop?
Yeah.
It's like Porsche, right? Like the base price.
And dime you.
And then every option is like stupid. So the Chevy was up around 63, 64.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So the last thing that I want to bring up is I looked at Rangers. The new 4-cylinder is awesome. Again, I think I wanted to stay away from the 4-cylinder because I want to do work. So you can get the V6 turbo, the 2.7 in the Ranger, which is good.
Ranger Raptor.
They will not do a lease deal on a Ranger Raptor, and they will not give you a discount on a Ranger Raptor. Even if I got a Ford deal, it's not that great on a Ranger Raptor, and they're hard to find. No dealer wants to deal with
Everyone gets employee pricing.
Yeah. Well, they had that. They had that for the summertime. I don't know if they're still doing it, but I looked at that, and I was like, okay, I really like the Ranger Raptor. But then I'm like, I already have a performance.
You already have a hot rod.
And the Ranger Raptor, you lose some towing capability and things like that because the suspension's softer.
Yeah,
but
just like the ZR2
but
when I was dealing with those things.
But that's the way to go, right? So I looked at that, and I couldn't find a lot of Ranger Raptors that were optioned sort of how I wanted. It starts at $57,600. That's a great price.
Yeah.
To me, that's one of the best deals going in truck world is a Ranger Raptor because of what you get.
It's just crazy that like you drive by the Ford dealers and those things are sitting all over the lots and they won't deal on them.
Yeah, and
it's not like they only have one or none.
I mean, there's a lot of standard equipment.
It comes fully loaded.
Basically, everything's fully loaded for around $60,000.
Yeah,
and you get trailer brake controller. You can get the floor mats, but they can't get them in red anymore. They stopped making red Ranger Raptors.
And can you get one without dealer markup?
And can I probably could because of Steve Olgues at Team Ford Vegas.
But if you were a normal
I doubt it. I doubt it.
What's the lease payment on that? $750
for a 48-month lease.
You're paying a ton of money for 4 years for a truck that we all know is not going to depreciate.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I really I really like that Ranger Raptor. But the other truck that Ford makes that I really was in love with, and I've talked about on the show that
Mexican GTR?
Nope. It's the one that I think that is the dark horse in Ford's lineup.
Maverick?
Actually love the Maverick.
I do love the Maverick.
And I would do a Lobo.
We should bring back mini trucks.
Well, I think there's a push for that, but that's a separate episode. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you because when I show you what it is, you'll be like, oh, this is the best truck that Ford makes that isn't sung enough, I guess.
Can I throw a dart at the dartboard?
All right.
4-wheel drive, crew cab, XLT, 5-liter Coyote 10-speed.
Close.
Ooh.
Close. Tremor.
Okay.
Crew cab Tremor. Because you can get it with the 5-liter Coyote, and it's a really good off-road package. I think it comes with a little bit of a lift, also like a 1-inch. You get monotube front shocks. You get twin tubes in the rear, I think, which is stupid. But it gives you some Raptor styling cues. It's basically the Raptor if you don't need the wide body kit.
Right.
Right? And you can get it with a 5-liter instead of, you're not forced into the EcoBoost. So that starts at $65, and it's I'd say it's
a
pretty
good looking truck.
pretty well equipped. So the 5-liter is a $375 option.
Why would you not get the 5-liter?
Right? So package wise, you can get the high tremor, which gives you a bunch of higher trim level stuff. It's like 10 grand. So I'm like, I'd probably skip that because this is still a budget thing. And then there's a couple of tremor packages where you can get like the different, transfer case, heated steering wheel, painted skull caps, rain sensing wipers, like just that kind of stuff. So the problem is with just a couple options, Tremors is like 73, 4, 5 range.
Yeah, and good luck finding exactly what you want.
And good luck finding exactly what I want. So then it kind of like quashed my Tremor dreams.
Yeah. It is a nice truck though, and I love that 5-liter Ford.
It's a great engine. So
one of the greatest engines.
So I don't think there's anything else left for us to cover that was realistically in my wheelhouse, right?
I mean, Honda Ridgeline.
No, not in my wheelhouse. So
you never considered used.
And I never considered used. No, I wanted a warranty.
The goal was to lease.
Yeah, because the goal was
write
off on the business. Yep. All right, so I think it's time.
What's in Holman's driveway?
I know what's in Holman's driveway.
Yes, you do.
Is it a Nissan, a Ford, or maybe
and I like
a GMC? Is that a Chevy, a Jeep, or a Ram that you see? Or maybe a Toyota, a Tesla, a Rivian to drive for free? It must be gas, diesel, or electricity.
We did forget one truck, though.
So lucky to get
what truck?
In Holman's driveway.
A Tundra that may need a motor at some point.
We didn't forget.
No, we didn't forget. They can't give those things away, apparently.
You know what? It's funny. I didn't even consider the Tundra, even though I looked at a lot of other stuff, just because I don't love that truck.
It's kind of weird.
I'm not in love with the Tundra, and I
have the 3/4 scale version of it, but
it makes me sad because I think there's some people who are Toyota fans who are like, Holman, what's wrong with you? But I don't love it. So like if I went to, we'll just do it right now. So if I went to the Tundra and I went to build it, and we'll do the same exercise that we did on the
carbon copy, the
Tacoma. So a TRD Pro starts at 72.
Oof. So is there?
And you're forced into a hybrid.
Yeah.
So if I did, I don't know, would it be a CrewMax 5-foot bed SR5?
Maybe.
Because I think,
but SR5 doesn't have anything on it.
So let's option it up and just for fun. So all right, Supersonic Red, you're in. And we're doing 4-wheel drive, and we definitely want to have the off-road package, and we definitely want
black leather.
Well, and see, that's the thing is it starts forcing you into stuff that you don't necessarily
want.
Until
you're into a $70,000 truck.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, should I have gotten a limited? But if I got a limited, is the off-road package, is it going to be like low-profile tires and all that kind of stuff?
Right.
So, with just a few options right now, just playing with it, we're at 55.
Yeah, you're already mid-50s.
Oh, here's the off-road premium package.
There you go.
That's what we want. So now what are we going to be at? We're at 58.
Oh, look, you got to add.
Oh, and you got to add the skid plates.
Yep.
For the TRD one, and you got to add leather wrap steering wheel, but not heated.
Oh man,
18-inch
we're still
wheel.
going.
Oh, we're still going.
We're still going.
So now we're at
60K.
60K.
Okay.
And then we have that.
You want the
tow package? Another 850. The SR5.
Oh, we gotta add more stuff.
All right, so now we're at, there we go, 64, and we still haven't added like the convenience package.
Yeah,
yet.
so
now you're in the high 60s to get a decent SR5, not even a limited.
And even though they're littering the lots, let's be honest, you're probably not getting much of a deal on a Tundra.
So yeah, Tundra wasn't my first thing. So
yeah, it wasn't.
So should we tell people what I have?
I don't know. That's your call. Unless you want to string them along a little bit more.
Well, maybe we need to have a drum roll.
Let's have a drum roll.
All right, Mike Rice, I'm leaving it up to you to announce what is in my driveway.
Oh, so it's up to me.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news because I'm a kid.
So
Is it a Honda Ridgeline?
It is not a Honda Ridgeline.
Try again.
Okay.
It is a 2026.
Oh, by the way, no, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. We have to do something really quick. I know you guys hate me for this because I'm stringing you along. I just wanted to shout out on the Podshed Insiders group.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody...
That was great.
Dude, there was a great discussion. So I posted, like, I got a truck, and then I just asked everybody, like, what do you think? And one of our listeners did a poll in the group, and it was hilarious because these are the items that were in the poll.
The poll was great.
The poll was fantastic.
We got to have another poll, too.
Rio Runabout, Jeep Gladiator, Honda Ridgeline, Ram Rebel, F-150 Tremor, Isuzu Pup, Chevy Trail Boss, some sort of Jeep, Nissan Frontier, Ram RHO, Ford Ranger, 58 Crew Cab Power Wagon Rustamod, truck rebodied into a Dr. Pepper can, like a Wienermobile, lifted Volvo 240, and an El Camino. And here's the winner at 31%, Jeep Gladiator. Next up at 21%, Ram Rebel. And then there was nothing else that was double digits. I think the closest thing was a Honda Ridgeline at 7%. Oh, no, double digits. F-150 Tremor, 11%. Okay. So people listen to the show. Yeah. I think that's pretty fair, right?
Yeah. Well, sorry to disappoint everybody. So none of you could be more wrong. So Holman picked a 2026 Ram 1500 Rebel with the Hurricane Inline 6, which is a fantastic engine in Dr. Pepper Red.
Pretty close to Dr. Pepper Red.
It's pretty close to Dr.
Molten
Pepper.
Red. It's gorgeous. I had it detailed yesterday, and I'll post some pictures. But
I think we need to know how many cases, 30 racks of Dr. Pepper from Costco.
Let's go to Costco.
In the back of the truck.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so...
Fantastic choice, by the way. I absolutely love the truck. You text me at night, you're like, hey, this is what I'm thinking, and I'm like, I can't be mad at it. I think it's a great idea.
All right, so here was my thinking on it. Ram Rebel is higher than 11,000 pounds of towing, so it checks that box.
Question.
Yep.
Will you tow the 392 to Moab?
No,
never even a consideration.
No,
okay.
But I might tow the flat fender there.
That would be cool. So when it breaks, you can just tow it home.
Yeah, well, no, not if, when it breaks.
When it breaks.
So towing capacity is over 11,000 pounds.
Fantastic.
It's rated on the highway at 24, which I don't think I'll get because I have 392 gears. So I think it'll probably be 21 or so, maybe 22. And it is so quiet. My wife said it's quieter than any car she's been in. It's like a luxury car. Like, it's incredible. It rides, got the bill sign. So this is what happened and how I got into a Rebel, because the base is 65. And so that kind of is
over budget. Let's be honest. But what does Ram do? They throw money on the hood.
Money on the hood.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. I was able to find the only base Rebel in Southern California in red.
Yeah.
In Jackson, we were looking.
Meant to be.
Yeah, I told you we were looking at Jackson's lot at the Bighorn. And my wife's like, I really like that Rebel. I really like this one. What is it? I'm like, that's a Rebel. It's out of our price range. She goes, no, I like this one. I'm like, yeah, it's out of our price range. She goes, no, I like this one. And I'm like, man. So here's what happened.
That's how you get in trouble.
I decided to look for Rebels. I only wanted the Rebel 1 package, the trailer brake controller, and the bed utility group. That's it. So I looked, and I looked, and I looked. Oh, I found like 4 red ones, but they're all optioned in the like high 70s, low 80s. I'm like, that ain't happening. Yeah. Then I find this one at a dealer. It's been there for 170 something days. It's a base Rebel with 4 options. Level 1 group for the convenience package, so it's big screen, Alpine, power seat, whatever. Bed utility groups, Ram bed liner, and adjustable cleats and all that. LED bed lighting.
Does that truck have a name on the window sticker? Was it ordered for somebody?
No, it was a dealer trade. But I'll get into that in a second. So no, there's no name on. There was one I found that had a name on the window sticker. Somebody decided they didn't want it. But it was 81,000. I was like, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
So and then it had the trailer brake controller and the 33-gallon fuel tank.
That's important.
Those were the only options.
That's important.
So it has no leather, no panoramic sunroof, no surround view cameras. It doesn't even have LED taillights on it.
Yeah, it's exactly what I would have ordered.
It's like the most simple, but it's beautiful. It doesn't look like a base truck. It's incredible looking. So I hit up Jackson and I said, hey, can you get this truck? And a few days went by and I didn't hear it. I said, hey, any updates? He goes, yeah, we just can't get the red ones. I'm like, are you sure? Because this one's been sitting there for like 174 days. I can't believe they don't want to get rid of it. So Jackson goes, let me look into it. So it turns out it was ordered by Victorville and it got dealer traded to Orange County. And then it got orphaned because the person they dealer traded for bought something else. And now they had a vehicle that was optioned, not how their customers buy it.
Right.
And it was sitting there forever. So Jackson's like, oh, yeah, we can get it. I know a guy down at that dealer, and we dealer traded. And he dealer traded like a Grand Cherokee for it. It wasn't even like a big, no big loss for him. He gets the sale. But here's the thing. Ram had, if I bought it, so I ended up buying it. I ended up leasing it. The lease deal was $5,000 on the hood. If I bought it, $10,000 off.
And when we talked about it, you really didn't have a choice.
I mean,
it's such a good truck.
Because the amount of down payment I would have had to do,
it's cheaper to buy.
It would have been cheaper to buy because I was just going to be throwing away down payment on a lease. So I decided 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. I'm going for the Hurricane.
Yeah.
The Hurricane does everything I want it to do. It's the better engine. I already have a Hemi. It's been reliable. One of my good friends at Ram said that the quality coming out of the plant right now rivals when they were winning the J.D. Power Awards a few years ago. Right before COVID, when those Rams were getting all those awards, he goes, our trucks are so high quality right now. He goes, I have no problems with you buying that. Because I checked. I'm like, hey, friend to friend. But here's the thing. I got a discount, like my corporate discount from Ram. And then I got another discount. So when you stacked all the discounts up, I got it.
Are you allowed to say?
I will say it is, the sticker on it was almost 71. And I got it for more than 51 and less than 54.
So basically for, a little bit more than the, what did we have? A little bit more than not the Frontier.
Yeah, so it was a little bit more.
Than the Z71 Colorado.
It was less than the Gladiator, less than the Toyota. Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat that. And honestly, the 5th gen...
I got a winner!
The 5th gen 1500 is just such a great truck. It always has been since it came out.
It rides great. It's quiet. The Hurricane is unbelievable. The 0 to 60. Check this out. Okay, this is the standard output Hurricane. So you know that they have the Hurricanes where they've been designed
RHO,
to make
right?
the 540 horse. This is 420. It has 1 pound less torque than the 392. It's 469. It's 420, 469. And it does 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds. It's less than a second and a half slower than a TRX. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive. It's got the full-time transfer case or two-wheel drive high, however I want to do that. It's got the 12-inch screen. I didn't want the 14 because that's just too big. The seats are awesome. It's like this cool sport mesh in the middle with like red underneath, so the red comes out from behind on the
Rebel's
mesh.
Always been a great package.
Yeah, and here's my whole point of getting the Rebel. The Hurricane was standard. I didn't have to pay to upgrade the engine. The off-road package was standard. So I got
real off-road package.
33-inch tires, Bilstein shocks, 1-inch lift, tow hooks, rear locker, drive modes, skid plates.
Yeah, everything you need.
Yeah, so I'm going to add the aluminum TRX running boards on the side just to keep it, stuff from spraying off the back. But that's about it. And then it had the bed package, so I had the bed liner and all that stuff.
So we went all the way around the world.
All the way around.
To end up right where you and I discussed my Tacoma of everything you need, nothing you don't.
Yeah.
And a deal.
So, I mean...
That's truck guy stuff.
That's pretty awesome, right?
That's pretty awesome.
So, what do you say we leave the pod shed and go for a test drive in it?
And let's go melt some tires. Is it broke in yet?
It's not broken.
You got the AMSOIL in it yet?
It has 450 miles, so it's not broken.
Man.
But I'll still give you a ride.
All right.
Truck review. Yeah. Rolling coal and dragging truck nuts.
All right, let's see how quiet this thing is when it starts up. Hopefully the AC doesn't go on full blast. It might.
I don't think your listeners can hear it.
Yeah. Right?
No.
All right, so let's go for a quick drive, and then I want you to tell me what your impressions are pulling out of the driveway, and as I drive, we'll take it around the block, and I'm just curious, your take.
Because I've driven a bunch of these with Hemis, eco-diesels. I left right after this motor came out. Ugh, that's the seat. Sorry, I didn't lock it.
Mike's already trying to brake my car.
Trying to brake it. It's got a warranty.
That's true, it does.
Rides nice and smooth.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going through the neighborhood right now, and I love how comfortable these seats are.
Oh, there's another Rebel.
Yep, that's a Hemi Rebel there. I could smoke them in this thing.
Oh, I'm sure. I guess I'll be doing no drag racing with the Tacoma with you.
All right, so here's a cross ditch in the neighborhood.
Nice, tight, and quiet.
Right. And then I discovered the drive modes, and the sport mode on this is super sporty. So if I go to sport mode, and we come out here, we're going to be merging with traffic.
Is it just basically throttle ramping and shift points?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
It definitely feels, there's like a noticeable difference. So we're pulling out now.
Easy, Holman, it's a lease. It's not a lease. You own it.
There, that's 60 right there.
Yeah, that this thing cooks.
Dude, there's no point, you would not be like disappointed with that,
No.
driving that every day. And
No,
there's almost
not at all.
There's almost no turbo lag.
There is no turbo lag.
It's like, if I read on the forums, oh, there's turbo lag. No, there's not.
Oh, there's not. They want turbo lag? I'll find them something to put them in it with turbo lag. They can complain of it.
But we're doing 50 right now, and listen how quiet it is.
Yeah.
Like it just...
Does this have noise cancellation? With
it does.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get ANC with the, I think, the upgraded stereo. So this is the mid-level 9-speaker Alpine compared to the 19-speaker. To get all that was like, another $3 or $4 grand. But
what do you need?
I have a
That's
power
the
driver's seat, but I don't have memory. It's because I'm the one who drives it, whatever. So, and I don't have leather. It's just...
Yeah, it's
like,
a truck.
But look, I still have a digital dashboard.
It's a
which is
very
cool.
nice truck.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
You did good.
What do you think?
I like it. I wouldn't mind getting one, like I said. If I wasn't on the cheap, paid for Tacoma train, I'd probably call Jackson.
Well, I'm blown away by the deal I got on it. Honestly, I feel bad. I feel like I stole it.
Like you got away with something?
Like I got away with something.
You feel like you got away with something.
Yeah, and it is, like so far, we have 544 miles on it. And, well, here comes the fire truck.
Here comes the cops, because you stole it.
No, yeah. You know what it is? The firemen are like, that's a damn nice looking red truck.
Yeah, the firemen love red trucks.
Coming in hot. So the next thing is, what's the license plate going to be on this?
Yeah, I think we need to do another Podshed Insiders poll.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need a poll. And I want to...
But you need to put your choices and then lock it.
And let people
choose on what is the actual plate going to be, so you don't end up with some stupid plate.
Well, I can always probably delete that stuff. All right, here we go.
Yeah, it's plenty quick.
So that was coming out of a right turn and merging. I mean...
I think we need to do a towing test.
I think we should do a towing test too. But anyway, my new Rebel.
That's awesome.
Thanks for podcasting with me today, because I know I've been talking to you about this thing forever, so I'm glad we had a chance.
Forever. It's been like a year that the potential truck has been on.
Needs a pickup. It probably has been a year.
It has been a year.
Dang.
So, I know, because I remember we talked about it on the what should replace the 392.
Well, that's true. I thought about maybe replacing the 392 with a truck.
But which was not an option.
And no, I still need that. Everybody needs a fun car. And this is my...
But this is great.
Daily.
This could tow the 392 if you needed it.
It could.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, it's got plenty of tow capacity, and being a 1500, it'll be light enough to, or comfortable enough to drive every day, and still has that capability I was looking for. So, anyway, hope you guys agree that this was a good choice. Let me know what you think. truckshowpodcast@gmail.com. And again, thanks Mike Rice for joining me, and
thanks for having me on.
Let's go get some beer and dinner.
Let's go get some wings and beer. Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
Well, I'm glad Mike loved the truck. We just departed in my driveway, and he's on his way home, but we took it for a drive and got chicken wings and beer. So that was great, and he loves the truck. I'm glad he loves it as much as I do. I hope this episode was helpful for those of you who are shopping for trucks right now. There's a lot of great choices out there. It just so happens that the Ram Rebel was the right truck at the right time for me, and I love it. So hopefully we've helped you with some decisions of your own. And if you ever have questions, of course, you can always email me, truckshowpodcast@gmail.com, and ask away, and we'll answer them on the air.
The Truck Show. Truck Show, oh, oh.
And you can follow us on social at Truck Show Podcast or at Sean P. Holman. Or if you want to be part of the show, head on over to the 5-star hotline, 657-205-6105, and leave a message that we will play on the air. And of course, you can join our Facebook group, the Podshed Insiders. I'm thinking that the next round of polls in there are going to be what my new license plate should be. And I still think to this day that the one that I came up for Jay's TRX or Lightning's TRX is the penultimate yummy gas. To me, that's still the best. Although Bropar is hanging in the Podshed, I do have to say that Jay graciously offered that to me. Lightning graciously said you could use Bropar on your new Rebel, and I was like, yeah, I pass. I'd rather have it hanging in the Podshed. So I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need the help of Truck Show Podcast Nation, and you guys can help me figure out what my next plate is going to be. So before we go, let's thank our sponsors, AMSOIL.com. For those of you who love your vehicles and want the best synthetics, oil change kits, car care products, and more, head over to AMSOIL.com or go to the Truck Show Podcast website, truckshowpodcast.com, and under featured products, you can go to our link, and then we get credit. And don't forget, if you spend $100 or more, get yourself that free magnetic level. That thing is super cool. And the best in high-quality adventure, gear, lifestyle, and vehicle reviews are only found in the pages of OVR Magazine. Get free access to our digital library for a year or discount on print by heading to OVRmag.com and using the code @TruckShowPodcast. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave us a review, and we look forward to doing it again real soon.
The Truck Show Podcast is a production of Truck Famous LLC. This podcast was created by Sean Holman and Jay Tillis, hosted by Sean Holman, and uses production elements by DJ Omar Khan and Jay Tillis. If you like what you've heard, please open your Apple Podcast or Spotify app and leave us a 5-star review. And if you're a fan, there's no better way to support the show than by sharing it and patronizing our sponsors. Some vehicles may have been harmed during the making of this podcast.
That's funny. I don't recall asking for a really boring story. My God. Don't you understand? No one cares.